All right, guys. Joint accounts are for betas. You guys ready? Let's go.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Laurence, and I got some unfortunate news to share. Our good friend, RP Thor, is currently in the hospital with the brain tumor. And looks like they're going to be needing to do surgery soon. Now, normally, I wouldn't worry, because Thor is like, what? The god amongst men. What's going to stop him? If thousands of volts of electricity couldn't take him out, I highly doubt a little whatever in his noggin is going to stop him. But it definitely will slow him down. And see, that's where the problem is. See, Thor's wife, Missy, she was involved in a horrible accident that left her in need of care around the clock. And that's what Thor's been doing, besides working and podcasting and coaching you guys. Yeah, pretty crazy. But now with him going under the knife and him going to need time to recover, his biggest worry is not that he's going to make it through. His biggest worry is, I need someone to take care of Missy. I need her to make sure that she has help. And that's where you come in. Donate at the link behind me, and you could help us fund Missy's in-home care provider during the time that Thor is recovering. So please, let's band together as men, as brothers, and let's go help a brother in need. Help him like he's helped you.
I'm RP Thor, and welcome to the DragonShip.
Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at. This is the DragonShip with RP Thor, and we are actually joined today by the man himself, the God amongst men, RP Thor. Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Thank you, guys. What an exciting time. Different for me, but got a little scratch in the brain there, but only lost half the brain, so we rubbed some dirt on it, and I'm sure I'll be back.
Yeah, he's running around he's talking like a Democrat these days, you guys. He's really talking like a Democrat. Let me just tell you that right now.
I know it. They pulled this giant thing out of my brain. It was causing a couple issues. I couldn't see clearly on the left side. There was nothing there. I could see one thing really, really clearly. Out to about 100 meters, I could see a great pair of tits, but that was it. And then from there,
move therapy.
They took this thing out of my brain, and it was, the size of a lemon. I guess it was this giant red pill. So when I woke up, I kept telling Glenn, man, I love Joe Biden. They're just, it's Biden. And rainbows were just appearing everywhere. And it was so wonderful. And I wanted purple hair, and I wanted to get some blue hair. And I,
he asked for Destiny's number.
Yeah.
Did you get a septum piercing?
You're going to invite Gavin Newsom over to your house?
Gavin Zedong. Yeah, Gavin Zedong. I was really a supporter of Gavin Zedong here in California now. So they took half that brain, and it was a miracle. Are
you gonna reverse skunk beard the beard that you have now as well?
Yeah, I got to go to the lumber cuck now. I was feeling like I lost half that brain.
Speaking of cucks, what's our topic today, AJ?
Today's topic is going to be a fun one. I think you and Paul will have a blast with this one too as well. It is sharing accounts with the shield matings. Is it a terrible idea or not? We're talking about joint bank accounts and joint social media accounts. And how sharing them does, in fact, probably make you a beta.
Well, is she considered a shield maiden if you're sharing an account with her?
No.
Sounds like
probably not.
Sounds like a boss bitch.
Sounds like a longhouse maiden.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of married guys that are gonna be like defending this here.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. It's gonna be like it's for accountability.
No. There's actually a couple reasons to do it. I'll get into it later. It makes a lot of sense, but not in the way anybody here would think so.
Cassidy.
You already know way too fucking much and have no discussion.
Oh, you guys don't know.
Yes, all right.
I thought about this idea for a topic, and I kind of threw it on the fly because of Thor being out and stuff. And we're like, oh crap, we need some topics. But of all the stuff that we've been doing lately with like interior design, man caves, that kind of stuff, I'm like, this would be a nice little segue to go into as well following that episode.
Well, yeah. The problem with doing this, even as a married man, without the criteria I would lay out later, that's very successful, is that you abdicate your authority as a dominant masculine presence and a leader in that relationship. And in a lot of ways, you end up eroding your trust too. I'm also one of those guys that doesn't even, doesn't really, really strongly believe in having those joint accounts where I'm pursuing the woman and finding out where she's at all the time. She's going to do what she's going to do anyway. She has that hyperbolic nature. I will know if shit goes down, and that'll be the end. I don't have to try to prove it.
Exactly.
That's a way to kind of erode your leadership, even though she's asking for this, but they will ask for this in a different reason. They want that commitment, and they want you to prove it somehow. And it's like I said, there's some valid reasons to do it, but it's different once. We'll get into it later, but once you actually establish an empire, there is some reasons. I don't think so for the social, unless it's going to be for business and assets.
I can see like social media accounts if you're running a business together and like you have that page directly for that business that you run together. Yeah, but if it's like got Nurse Chick and Paul making their own joint Facebook account together, and it's Come On Man and Nurse Chick, and it's not their brand, it's just their thing.
Yeah, you're just better off not having any of it at all.
Yeah, like if you have, so here's the thing: if you have to share your social media accounts, right? What you are saying is that I don't trust you.
Bingo.
Okay. And if you're saying I don't trust you, why are you in a relationship to begin with?
Yep.
Like, then like there's no point. And if you think that a social media account is going to keep them from cheating on you, you don't obviously don't know. If they really wanted to, they're gonna find a way. All right, like that's stupid. And really, it's like mainly because girls want to be provided security.
Yeah.
They want either your password or they want you to have a joint account. And the thing is, her insecurity issues is her problem. It's not your problem. That's her problem. That's a personal problem.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't help you get over your problem because you're always going to wonder what's the next thing. You know, it's like, let me give me your phone. Why don't you just talk for me? You know, like what's next? Like, you're never going to be alone. You're not going to have any privacy. As soon as you start giving up space like that, she's going to just infiltrate and you're not going to have any space. That's not, and no identity that's outside of her. And that's how you lose your identity.
Who do you guys think pushes for this more? Do you think men push for it more, or do you think women push for it more?
Women.
Vaginas.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Same
sure
thing.
I'm sure both Paul and Glenn, and as well as myself, can tell you about the horror stories about joint bank accounts.
I got a story. I got a story about that. That's one of the things I'll never do again. Never. I won't ever get married again. But even if like I became stupid one day, and
brain surgery.
Yeah, and had brain surgery and start thinking about getting married, again.
Voting for Joe Biden.
Right, voting for Joe Biden. I wouldn't do it. So one of the things that happened when we got divorced, we did have a shared sort of savings account, and we took all the money we made on the sale of our house from California when we moved out here, and she had access to that. She literally took half of it and took the kids and ran.
Yep.
You know, she could have taken all of it. I'm glad that she didn't, but she took half that money and ran with it. And and when I asked the attorney about it, I'm like, she just took this money. He goes, well, possession's 9/10 of the law. Like, she had access to the account. There's nothing you can do about it. So I'm like, I'll never have a joint account again.
You erode your resources, and especially if you do it up front, the expectation now is she's in charge. She's in charge of at least half, and then legally she's in charge of all. Hear that again? She's in charge of all if you do the joint account situation. We talk a lot about expectations and leadership going into relationships and why that makes very successful long-term relationships. This is the stand. If she can't adapt to being on your mission, and part of the mission is you're in control. I know so many guys that give up all their finances as soon as they get a girlfriend. Mommy now writes the checks. Mommy gets permission for me to buy a motorcycle. Mommy gets me permission. She gives me an allowance. She does all those things. No, it should be you giving her an allowance to be a part of your mission. Those things are not hard for a woman to adapt to. In fact, they'll find a lot of fulfillment because inside of that is guide rails so they don't feel the pressure of consumerism as strongly. I don't know if that's very profound if you think about it. And then we could talk later about how you might set those up so that they're more eternal for you and to protect you, which is really simple things such as trusts on all of those things, advanced directives. And then you can actually take care of them very well as they earn more trust, but still having that separation and taking care of just actual adult things instead of abdicating it to a woman in their life is very, very comforting to them, much more so than them thinking they have your commitment because they have half your money.
To answer CG's question, pass.
allow me to throw a curveball for you guys. What do you guys think of power of attorney? What are the pitfalls and benefits versus how it could screw you over a power of attorney?
You want to do special power of attorney.
Yep.
Power of attorney in general, that's
with limited authority.
You can spell it out.
Yeah, you can literally write it out exactly what you're giving them power of attorney over.
That's what
when I went out to sea, I would give my because I was married back then, I would give my wife at the time, I'd write 7 specific power of attorneys. I never gave her a general. And what's funny as hell is Banger, Kids Up Base Banger, their JAG department freaking hated. They're like, why don't you just give her a general? I'm like, no.
No.
So I was at least smart enough to give her like 7 specific power of attorneys.
And you can do instructions too. If this happens, that happens, contact this person together, get with your, and you can make another trustee. So they got to clear it with another trustee. And then here's the instructions. Just follow it.
Look, there's only one person that has my power of attorney, and that's my dad. If you are not my blood, you are not gonna. No.
And children are really good too. I mean, if you have children, that's a really good way to do it.
Kids and your parents or your blood relatives, not spouses.
Yeah, because like when you the reason you sign a power of attorney is because you're going to be vulnerable at some point in your life, and you need someone to kind of take care of business temporarily. Yeah. So it's like that. It may also apply the whole joint bank account. It may also apply here because it's you don't want someone to take advantage when you're vulnerable, whether it be your health, mental, or whatever.
And you can spell it out exactly. It's like if you just take some time ahead of time, there's not all that many complexities that you could do so that it's ensured that it's not a hit and run situation and that what you would actually ask for would be accomplished.
What do you guys think about 3 accounts? His, hers, joint.
Yes.
See, yes,
yeah.
that's
I would do that.
That could possibly work.
That's the best way to do it because, like, your account is your shit, right? What your joint account is what you put in for the living expenses together.
Yep.
Right.
Mortgage.
Yeah, that's all you put in there. So,
or use the man, just do it. It depends on the agreement. Yeah.
I had Dr. Robert Glover on my podcast a long time ago, and I brought this up to him because I said, if I were ever to do a situation like that, like a live-in arrangement, right? I'll never get Uncle Sam involved in my relationship, but if all of the kids move away and Nurse Chick and I move in together, which probably still wouldn't happen. She likes having her own place, but if that happened for one weird reason, then yeah, that's how I'd probably set it up, right? Her account, my account, and then we have a joint account for shared expenses. I brought that up with Dr. Robert Glover, and he's like, when you get into a relationship with someone, he goes, because that was probably a problem in your past, which it was. Like we were always getting in arguments about money we were spending, or actually, I never cared what she was spending the money on. I was always getting in trouble for spending money on whatever. So that's how I would solve that. And he goes, you know what though? He goes, that wouldn't be a problem in your next relationship. It would be some other thing that you couldn't prepare for. So that's one thing to bring up. There's always variables in these relationships.
It's true.
Yeah. I like one of the weird things with me with joint bank accounts is back to when I was married. So my ex-wife had a heart transplant probably 3 years before we got divorced.
Yeah.
Well, during that time that she was out, I want to say it was like August, September time frame of 2012 to about February, March of 2013. My mother-in-law was living with us to help take care of stuff while I was doing my stuff with the boat. And while my wife was in the hospital at UW, my mother-in-law would take our bank card and then go just spend a crap ton of money without telling us on stuff for my wife. And that's where we had a blow up. I ended up grabbing my balls a little bit and was at my wit's end and kicked her out of my house.
Yeah.
Let me ask our Gabriel E's question. Yes, that is Thor. And he is out of the hospital. I dropped him off at home the other day.
It was a good time.
Yeah, this is legit. This is not a test.
Yeah, he got to see me.
It's not AI.
It's not a clone. It's not a clone.
He got to see me in my worst, where I was supposed to gently set down a cup, and my body decided to fall across the room. And I didn't even recognize it. I thought I was just gently setting my cup.
Yo,
I fucking launched it.
All right, so
that's not me.
I'm taking a picture of him, right? The post on Twitter, right? Just to tell everybody he's home. This dude is not just a cup. All right, it is an icy. It's like fruit. It's like fruit, frozen fruit, whatever. And I was like, all right, take a picture and show him. But he's like, boom, he just tossed that shit across the room. I was like, what the hell's wrong with you?
I actually thought I was just gently, set it on there, but no, I just launched it. And I went.
So I don't know what happened when they reattached things up there, but he got a bionic arm now.
Yeah, that's funny as hell. I'm glad Glenn got to see it.
Oh, that was a good laugh. That was a good laugh.
Funny. We'll laugh about that for a long time. Missy laughed about it too.
And say before we get a little bit further in, you guys want me to post the GoFundMe link in the chat again to help out with Thor and Missy?
I've been periodically dropping that in there every few minutes.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys, please. Just because Thor's out of the hospital doesn't mean he's out of the woods. He's still gonna need some help, and Missy's definitely gonna need some help at this time. So please continue to donate and give what you guys can. We really want to make sure that this time, like I don't live that far from him, but I can't be there every day.
He's 2 hours away.
Help him out. I'm like an hour and a half, away from him.
A little longer.
Well, Glenn, I ride.
There is something a little new I'll share with you, and you're gonna laugh. You guys have all heard the story. So yeah, I had this thing taken out of my brain. It does have an effect on my peripheral orientation or my spatial awareness. So you guys have all heard the stories from the deep gurus where you stare into the abyss too much, the abyss stares back, right?
From Nietzsche?
Yeah. And I always assume that's a blackness. Who was it? Mark Aurelius?
No, I think it was Nietzsche.
I thought it was Mark Twain.
Could be. But just keep that in mind. So here I am. I'm doing a little bit better, but I'm having some visual distortions. If I see a black anything that's about the size, a couple feet tall, or a couple feet wide, like say a black rug, like Glenn would know in front of my refrigerator, small, dark, blue, black rug. If I look at it, the goddamn thing, I swear to God, it's sucking me in. I start leaning towards it. I'm like, what the fuck? And so then I start leaning away. And it's very dependent on contrast. And it's not just that. If I look at something deeply black, it's like I get drawn to it. And that is a little bit weird when you start thinking about the abyss. It's like, I think it's going to get better. But I thought you'd get a chuckle out of that. I mean,
so basically, don't go in the locker room with Nuke. Got it.
Well, exactly.
Pretty good advice. I'd be careful,
Or fresh.
Well, I look at that damn microwave and it's all dark in there, and I'm like, stick my head in there. No. It's just a strange side effect,
Now, Thor.
It's weird.
Something I'm curious about Thor, how bad is it in California? Like even if you had separate accounts in California, if a wife wanted to take you to the cleaners, can the judge order them to like invade your personal account?
Hold on, you guys. He's
say that again. I was just
so obviously a joint account, in a divorce, the judge can order, a certain amount to be taken out or something like that. But with a personal account, say it was your account and we're not even talking alimony, how bad is it in California? Like if it was a single account where I'm in control and I get divorced, can the court in California come after my personal account?
I think pretty much anywhere they can. Yeah.
Everywhere that's community property.
Unless it's prenup out and you have your trust set up and you have your instructions already set, so that it's a known and agreed upon situation. And joint assets will always be attachable.
Okay.
That's mainly in the community property states.
What you need to
do, not just going to go get it.
Yeah. You need to get your father to give you his name. So your name is his name on everything. Like mine is. Me and my dad have the same name to the T.
Same here.
So it's like, it's in my father's name. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I was wondering because remember what that one footballer did? He put everything in his mother's name.
You could do that.
And that could protect it as well, right? Or are they going to start catching on to that and be like, nope, not this time.
There's other tricky ways. I'm not an attorney. This is none of that stuff. Talk to plenty of attorneys. Someone like James Sexton would know much better than I ever would doing this. But you have the prenup, but then you have even further protections if you have a lot of asset. If you're willing to hire a third-party trustee for a non-revocable trust, I mean, it will last forever. That's how trust fund kids do it. They own nothing. And the third-party trustee handles everything for beneficiary, and they're the beneficiary. That's not attachable by any of that, any of those means, taxes, any of that. No. So, but you have to pay that third party. It's part of the legal system. That's different than a living trust, which you really need. Attorneys will be so valuable to you if you acquire assets and you're in some sort of relationship, and even a loving relationship, because here's the thing. If it's all set and the instructions are there, you follow the instructions, you've all agreed upon it, you're going to have a better empire than if you're fighting over this stupid pettiness.
Bingo.
I imagine go ahead.
No, Thor, since you're old and stuff, you might remember this. But
the revolution of 1776, remember that?
That goddamn Benjamin Franklin, he got all the snatched.
So like joint accounts is a new thing. It's more of a new phenomenon, like the last 50 years or something like that, 60 years.
A little longer, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's relatively new in the sense of we never used to do joint accounts before.
Nope.
It was always either the man had his own account,
the woman couldn't have one.
No, she could.
They could. Yeah,
like way back.
But once they got married, no, they could. They have their own account. Once they got married, the husband took over the account
because like covetry.
Yeah, the covetry.
Her protection is the dowry. He owns everything else and all of her assets, and he administers it as the leader. Yes.
So what I'm getting at is this is like joint account thing for banking and stuff. That's relatively new.
Yeah.
Now, why does it seem normalized? Like, why does it seem like it's like, oh, this is what we have to do. We have to get a joint account. Like, what makes that
it's because of the myth of equality in relationships in the sexual marketplace.
I think the plow horse phenomenon is a big part of it too, because I've watched it with my dad. I've watched it with other folks, and everybody's well-meaning. But you know how easy it is. You know what a pain in the ass it is. It used to be to sit down with the checkbook once a month, write all the checks, do all that shit. A lot of guys are busy working, swinging hammers, all that. Woman, here's the paperwork. Go do the paperwork. And in order to do that, they needed all of that access. And that is part of that. It turns into the plow horse. She takes care of everything. He asks for this permission, and it's not a healthy way to lead the relationship. That's actually you being a grown adult doing it.
Yeah, that's what they're doing in Asia. It's like that. The husbands in like Japan and China, like they just work, and the wife does all the expenses and delegates all the money and all that. So
I don't recommend that unless it's a business arrangement that's spelled out. It would be better for you to lead it in the personal fashion. You're just better.
Yeah, the tradcons basically say that, if you don't do the whole joint bank account thing, well, then it's not a real marriage. They lose their shit whenever you don't do the one bank account.
I will say this: it's because the woman writes the tithes.
They don't even know what a real marriage is, anyways, anymore. I mean, good Lord, they keep on changing it.
Since we're
I heard today, Glenn. I heard today that Walsh says because of his faith, God, he will never get a divorce. It's never going to happen to her ever.
Yeah, don't worry. I have a video coming out soon about their most recent little campfire powwow. I got something for all of them. One, I'm gonna be asking Michael Knowles to explain how hope is actually a fact.
Oh no,
because he says,
Michael.
So I'm gonna be asking him some questions.
Yeah.
To quote our friend Modern Life Dating, John Hogwood, hope is not a strategy.
I think he got that from Obama.
Hope's
but
not.
What's
and I think Obama got that from Glenn Laurence.
Maybe.
Me and Barack go back like 8 tracks and Cadillacs.
But I will say this: optimism is a strategy.
It's not effective though.
You can operate in the frame of optimism, but you still need to be practical.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pragmatic. The problem with Michael,
pragmatism.
The problem with Michael Knowles going out there saying, "I'll never get a divorce," is basically telling his wife, like, "Hey, I'll never get other bitches. Like, you don't have to worry about me stepping out. You don't have to."
Here's like blank check and power of attorney.
it's the opposite of dread game.
Well, it's also like letting her know, like, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing that you could do wrong that I won't. Like, you could do whatever wrong to me you want.
Yeah,
and
you could cheat on me. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be here through thick and thin.
You'll never get a divorce.
Yeah, and then she stops banging him because why should she? Why should she? There's no reason to try to step up her game.
I realize that's nothing even close to leadership that they crave and need for their fulfillment. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Like,
well, they just want to be off the hook. They just want to be off the hook. They don't want to do the work.
Even God divorced Israel. Okay, like God divorced Israel. Like, you know, like, I mean, yeah, he ended up bringing her back into the fold later on, but you know, he's still like, you know what? I'm done with y'all. Get out of here.
Yep.
So it's like, come on now, people.
It's like, well, I was looking up for some notes for this show or some stuff to talk about. Pulled this off of bankrate.com. Here's some statistics for you guys.
Oh boy.
So
roll
among,
on our ass, AJ.
Yeah.
Good job.
Sorry, guys. So among U.S. couples who are married in a civil partnership or live together, 43% have only joint bank accounts. Many couples, 34%, have mix of joint accounts and separate bank accounts, while 23% have completely separate bank accounts. Millennial couples are more likely to have separate accounts than any other generation, with 69%, nice, having at least some finances in separate accounts. The likelihood of having joint account also increases with income, while 68% of those who earn less than $50K a year keep at least part of their finances in joint accounts. 83% of those who earn six figures annually keep joint accounts. About one third of those couples say they have committed some form of financial infidelity. So it's not just her sleeping around; she's going to spend around on you, bros.
What is financial infidelity?
Yeah, what is that?
Financial infidelity.
Don't get the Gucci bag. Just save that money for something else.
Without asking the other person.
Yeah, it's like her buying somebody else shit.
Yes.
Or him buying up somebody else shit. So I can see that, because that's what women fear a lot, is the loss of resources.
Yes.
So him spending money on his plates, if he's being unfaithful to her, is more damaging in her eyes than him putting his dick in her.
Yes.
So wait a minute. If you buy somebody coffee, let's say you bought your coworker a coffee, right?
Your work wife?
Your work wife, whatever you want to call her. You bought your work wife.
Alicia Keys and Usher. Alicia Keys and Usher. They were.
Yeah. Let's say Usher bought her a coffee. They went to Starbucks. Did Usher just commit financial infidelity?
I don't think that's what they're talking about. Well, I would say, like, if you buy
a bad example, though.
I would say if you buy another woman a dress.
That's Nick Cannon.
Like, that's
yeah.
Because I like the way Donovan says it. He says women cheat, men exercise their options. When a man buys another woman's stuff, then he's cheating.
Yeah. That's kind of what they're getting at with the financial infidelity.
From a woman's perspective.
I mean,
yes.
who created financial infidelity like as a real thing? Somebody. I know it wasn't a dude.
No, they're tying it.
It's probably the same one that did the financial abuse.
Yeah.
It's
not really a thing. I mean, I'll tell you this. I have an acquaintance that's in need, that's a woman that has treated me well or this or that, and it's something, and there's a need, and she needs something, and it would make a giant difference in her life. I'd do it, but I wouldn't hide it. I'd just freaking do it, you know? It's what I do. I like people, and I like interaction, and I have no expectations beyond that. If there was an expectation of a transaction, now it's wrong. And I would never do that.
What? And the next subnote on that bullet point was the most common of these financial infidelities is spending more than the other partner would be okay with.
Are we?
So that right there is probably the guy's version of financial infidelity, is when your wife spends more money or your girlfriend spends more money than you're okay with.
$5.
Yeah,
I always
that's the male version of it.
But my question is how do we prevent, because this whole financial abuse, it sounds like a new thing that's getting thrown around that they're going to start using. How do we? Is there any way to?
They already are.
It's just like tacking abuse to the end of anything now.
Anything like,
because if I get married and I do the one account,
you made me laugh too hard, Paul. Laughing abuse.
I am guilty of that. Yes.
So if I get married and I do the one account and she divorces me, she could come after me for financial abuse, right?
and emotional abuse.
And 50% of everything that you own.
This is because if she can list this, she can get a DV charge. It doesn't have to be physical. So domestic violence charge, remember this carefully. A domestic violence charge, regardless of where it's charged, you're physically abusive, you're financially abusive, you've shunned her, whatever it is, if it can be said and they can issue that DV order, it's now in family court, which is a court of equity. You're in big trouble. It could last the rest of your life. You must get that moved to criminal court in front of a jury. That is your right. It's the only way out, because inside of that criminal court, the silver bullet, or inside that family court, the silver bullet is you are guilty until proven innocent. So if the accusation is made, you are guilty and must prove it different. It's different when you get it moved.
If you want to go to criminal court, you want to take that to criminal court.
You have to. And guys don't know this. Attorneys know it. They call it the silver bullet divorce. Set up a DV charge. Guys just accept it. And guess what? There's no out. It's going to be ruled on because you didn't do your part and get in front of a jury and have it proven.
Gotcha. And we got 3 more bullet points in this, and then we'll go to these 2 super chats that we got. So next bullet point, around 3/5, 61% of couples say they discuss their finances together at least once a month. I think that is not often enough, honestly. Still, 44% of couples argue about money at least occasionally. That number is higher for millennials, 49%, and Gen Xers, 51%. And then the last bullet point is couples report that their biggest financial concern is saving enough money for retirement, followed by making enough income to fulfill their life dreams.
Oh, that's a good one. What do you think what do you think those conversations are like then?
Well, it's like, bitch, we would save more money for retirement if you stop spending on dumb shit.
So there's simple answers. Paul has them. Those conversations should be really simple, even if you have a girlfriend.
Yeah, just say no.
Well, I mean, he lays it out in his book. I didn't want to promote it, but he lays it out in his book about where you should be if that's your thing. If you're saving for a future, it's not that hard. And it's amazing how simple it actually is, but it requires discipline, which a lot of this money thing is complete lack of discipline and respect. You know.
Yeah. I have a whole chapter on how anyone can be rich in this book here.
And it was a good read. And because, I mean, he goes right into it. I don't remember exactly, but like if you're a certain age, you should have so much in the bank. And if you're on track, you just keep doing it. And that's what you save. It's a percentage. And then the conversation's over.
Yeah. Like that whole chapter right there, I went back through my 401k and I have it set up with dropping my rate of return to super conservative because I'm actually in a hella good rate of return right now. I'm looking at between I think 4 and 12 million in retirement if I retire at 70.
Hey.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's I mean, it's really not that hard. I have a coaching client. He's actually my oldest coaching client. And I helped him set up his 401k and his Roth, you know, very much like it's laid out in the book. And now he puts away, I think I told him at least 15%, put at least 15% away. You'll never even miss it, dude. You won't even miss it. He's actually he makes a lot of money. He's a software developer. So he puts in, I think 25% of his paycheck in there. And he's like, you're right. I've been doing this for over a year now. I don't even miss it. I don't even, realize it's gone. And then I go and look at my account. I have, tens of thousands of dollars in there that I didn't have a couple of years ago. It's like, yeah, man, most guys don't even have $1,000 in savings.
Yes. Most all people. Paul, have you heard the one that Fidelity came out with, the 45% rule for the ages? Because it's so simple and it would kill so many conversations about people saving money. Mm-hmm. If you're 30 years old, you need 75% of your annual salary in the bank. That is your goal for that first year. Get that in there. And then it goes up from there. But if that's the case, let's just say right now you made $100,000 a year. You need to save $75,000 in order to be on track for the rest of your life. The rest of your life. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing about women too is that a lot of them see marriage as their retirement plan.
That's correct. Yeah.
You'll see them in their 20s spending, like, traveling is their new god, right? Traveling is not cheap. They'll go, like, what is a normal 4-day trip somewhere, like $2,000?
I
I think when I went up to Toronto for 6 days, I think my Airbnb ran me $720 US, and I think my flight was another $700 US round trip.
Yeah, and then you got food and then other stuff, and
that was an Airbnb. A lot of these chicks, they want to be in like a World Star Resort in downtown Paris
with a Burberry outlet in there.
Yeah.
So when you first meet a girl, like pay attention to these things that she does that cost money, and also pay attention to how she treats her health, right? Because a girl also that like drinks every weekend and is partying really hard, like I get it at 22. You're 22, you know, like everyone, we're all knuckleheads at 22. But if she's like 27 and she's still going out twice a week, that's gonna cost you the husband.
Hell, even once a week.
Yeah, that's gonna cost you because it could cause complications for pregnancy. It can cause complications for whatever. She could have a genetic disease that could be aggravated by alcohol and bad habits, and also like the trips and all that stuff. Could you sit her down and say, hey, we're not taking any trips this year. We're planning to have a baby next year. We got to save. Like, could you see yourself having that conversation? If you can't, then don't even start a relationship with her at all.
Yeah. And I will say this about that too. If you actually get into it, like the way Paul lays out his get rich and you're just pragmatic about it, children are not that expensive. It's really not a factor if you want to build an empire. If you don't, that's fine too. Remember, there's two kinds. There's children by blood and children of blood. So, you know, there's plenty of ways to acquire those things, but it's not what you think it is. We've been all convinced that it's expensive, it's bad for you, and that's not the case.
One thing I do say in the book is there's never a great time to have kids. There's times that are better than others, but there's never a great time. As soon as you have kids, it's going to be a financial burden on you.
It'll be a hit, but
you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out.
Isn't it true though that after they arrive, it changes for you? You're like, oh, this is fine.
Yeah, and then after you've been doing it for a few years, it's really not that big of a deal, you know.
Yeah,
I think it's first people to action.
Like, oh yeah, I like these things.
Yep.
I still tolerate mine. They're okay.
Yeah.
Some people work harder. Like a lot of these women complaining about how hard it is to be a mom and they don't want to work hard or want to be a wife. They have kids and then instantly they become incredibly organized. They kind of like
and fulfilled.
Yeah, they log off social media a little bit more, and it's just like, wow, that's funny how that works. Where you were given a challenge and you stepped up to the challenge. Congratulations!
Not arguing with Nuke on X.
Yeah, not arguing with me.
You guys are all younger, but listen to guys that are probably older than me. They've been around women that were raised that their desire from the smallest little girl was to be a wife and a mom. And that would make them the happiest thing in the world. That's what they wanted. And they were kind of conditioned for that. Not just in the church. It was more of a nature nurture thing. At least that's been my experience of talking to lots of men older than me and the women that are around. That's what they wanted.
Sounds like the way my grandmother was raised.
Mm-hmm. Mine too, yeah.
Do you want to get to these 2 super chats and have Mike read them? Because he's our now voice of reading super chats.
Oh, and we have the sound drop now.
You do.
Which one?
All of them.
The Odin
Thor's
one.
Back. Thor's back.
Yeah. Odin.
No, Thor uploaded it for us, so we can do it without Thor.
Yeah, it's down the brand. It's Odin.
Yeah, I saw it. Yep, right there down at the bottom. Go ahead, Mike. Read those 2 super
Here,
chats.
I'll bring this one up here.
Glenn, why weren't you on Rule 0?
I'm not welcome.
He was working. He's fine.
He was cleaning up after Thor.
He's fine. He's been helping me.
Hold on. We got to give him the drop, though.
I said my piece.
There we go.
That's the first thing Thor heard when he woke up. The call. He heard the call.
I can't see on my left eye. I guess I need a patch now.
All right. We'll bring this other one up here, too.
Green at work, guys. Hope you're doing better, Thor.
I actually am. Thank you.
You want to hit that one, AJ?
Thank you for the super chats. Yeah, let me hit it real fast. Boom.
But we need another sound drop for our favorite lady in the house.
Oh, we don't have the shame these whores one.
I have.
I do.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Shame us up, Glenn. Shame us up.
Here we go. We'll bring the bring this one up.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Stop pressing buttons. We've all become Glenn.
Wait a minute. I forgot I don't have it in this one. Damn it. This is not mine.
All right. Thor's got it.
Shame this horse.
Oh,
Yes.
she's a sweetie. She has been so sweet. I know she wrote me a lot. I can't text you back all the time, but she is a sweetheart. Did a stream for me.
Trust me.
She has really gotten into the 7 skills of a dominant masculine presence. She's going to learn every one of those things. So she's doing good. Yeah.
Shame this horse.
Yeah.
Shame them all.
Sweet little Russian accent. She is such a sweetie. Her and her husband. Yeah.
Oh my God. I pissed her off the other night.
Yeah.
When do you not piss off anybody,
like,
Glenn?
hey, don't piss off a Russian chick. Like, she's like, I'm going to send Vlad to kill you.
Oh, that's funny.
Let me with a wooden spoon.
Let's see what she says here. Oh, so true. This is why women realize they need to settle down in their 40s when their looks are fading and they can't make enough money by themselves. They want comfy cushion and nice retirement.
Man, I know women that wanted early retirement in their 20s. I married one.
Me too.
They want that fucking early retirement.
Oh, Elena's going to the actual instinct. Look at her women's math.
Fair, yeah, women's math sucks. It
Yeah,
makes no sense.
girl math, where it's like if something's on special and it's 50% off, I was gonna buy it anyway, so I might as well buy it because
it's my only lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, girl math. Girl math makes guys go broke.
In Soviet Russia, girl math actually works.
I'll say something about Elena. She strikes me as a very pragmatic person, and it's probably because her upbringing and the harshness, and she had the strong
Nick,
dad.
The cold.
Yeah,
Nick, they're thieves. These women are thieves.
From our friend Nick.
Yeah.
Hey, how was karaoke there, bud? So he's part of my my Bible study group and on Discord, and he passed out with his mic still on, and we heard him snoring the entire time. We just after coming back from karaoke.
Are you doing that tomorrow? Is tomorrow Bible study? Oh no, it's Thursday.
No. Our Bible study is Thursday nights. Sundays are Sunday sermons.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
Yeah. You guys should join the Discord. It's pretty fun. We talk a lot of crap. We got a fitness program going on in there, and we also, just encourage each other and just sharpen each other up.
What do you guys think? Another question for you guys. I know that some guys do it very well, and then there's some guys that don't. What do you guys think of joint content creation?
Nope.
I'm gonna go last.
I have a video that I sent to myself in the email. That was this couple that does content creation together, talking about other couples doing content creation. And just the look on the guy's face, like you could definitely tell there's some low T going on with that guy. If you're into the green lines test, during the whole entire video, he was failing the green lines. It was all crazy.
Because then if the relationship ends, the channel and the brand gets nuked.
Not necessarily.
And it's his fault.
There was a couple that were making videos on. Oh, there's this happens quite a bit. Bat Dad. Do you guys remember Bat Dad?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I love Bat Dad.
Bat Dad, he and his original wife, they got divorced. There was a couple back during the COVID time. They were together making content, and the wife was always the goofball one, and then they got fucking divorced. Like,
I know exactly who you're talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Did they do their breakup publicly, like on their stream too? Like
she was crying. Yeah, they did. But the funny thing about that particular couple, I don't know what their names are. Because the wife is the ex-wife she's still making shit. She's still making content out there.
Yeah.
But Corey Wayne had a clip of them on his Twitter pinned for the longest time. This was even after they went through a divorce. And it was like him going, "Hey, honey, I got you all this stuff. I'm gonna take you out. You're gonna get pedicures, and I'm gonna go do all this girly shit with you." And she's like, "Oh my god!" And Corey goes, "That's how you do it, guys." And I'm like, "You realize they got fucking divorced, don't you?" Like,
They got the whole situation that's both like joint account and finances and social media. Look at Cuxtony and Melina. Look at that shit going down. He had to pay her back taxes while they're getting divorced.
And now he's making content with people about how to live, how the red pill is bad. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
I'll say this about the content creation, being around for a long time and watching some really good people, men and women, and then watching them have good luck in their own personal relationship and thinking they can extend it out because somebody's had success as a content creator. It is an extremely bad idea to bring in your spouse into your content creation on screen. If it's going to be more of a support role in which you've agreed to certain things, like say she's a writer, the only times I've seen it work a long period of time is in a comedic sense, such as my Mama's Place with the comedians. That seems to be a place where you can do it because it's so tongue-in-cheek. You can always not take it serious, but they always go serious. Really good friends, get married, been married 6 months. Now I'm creating the Perfect Relationship podcast with so-and-so and so-and-so. And the advice is horrible, absolutely horrible, and continues to sink. Somebody always gets the limelight, and typically it's always the girl. And
if she doesn't, she'll destroy it.
You can watch it over and over and over. Bringing in your wife on a panel show or creating a married game, learn married game. While there's good things you can teach, doing it jointly, I've never seen successful at all, ever. And it's usually generally very bad advice.
You don't think Jack Murphy's successful?
Well, I mean,
you're in the lifestyle.
Successful at what?
You're in the lifestyle and cucking's your thing. I think that can work. It could actually.
I mean, he got like 1 million hits on that video. So I'm saying he probably made some money.
But it's a very specific type of content. If you're just doing the whole bring your gal on for content because you've discovered some secrets of the red pill that's working for you, and you want to start look, I've seen a lot of cute girl next doors that come out there and want to be the dating coach forever, and then they marry some guy and they bring the guy on, or vice versa. And it's their whole shtick is really OnlyFans. Look at me, I'm the girl next door. You could have a girl just like me if you follow my relationship advice. Just buy my stuff. I get it, but it's usually really bad advice.
So the best place. I mean, we see it play out. Work out. But like the best place I've seen like couples do joint like influencer kind of stuff that work out is like Alex Hormozy and his wife. They're not doing like relationship, they're talking about finance, or like some of the people I do
or they're doing interview stuff. That's
I disagree in a sense, and I'll tell you why.
Please.
If I love my wife, let's say I'm a successful guy. Yeah, I love my wife.
Yeah.
And she asked me, hey, what do you think about doing content creation together? I would say no.
Yeah.
Not because I'm controlling, but because the internet's full of weirdos, right?
Yep. Yeah, they'll AI Photoshop your woman and do
just the
things to her.
And here's the example I use. Alex Morris is a good example of this.
Yeah.
Half the videos of his wife are her deflecting and explaining the hate that she gets.
That's true.
Oh, of course I have a deep voice, or of course me and Alex have to talk about this content creation because of all the negative hate. I'm just like, dude, why don't you just not have an account and be happy, right?
That is very true. I mean, right on the money, Newt.
Yeah, because here's the thing: no matter how hot or how ugly or how mid your wife, chick, whatever is, like Ryan says, half the internet is gonna jerk off to her, and the other half is gonna call her mid or ugly, and she's gonna see that. And guess what? Now you have another problem in your marriage or in your relationship, which is, hey, stop paying attention to the internet. It's not real. It's just a bunch of weirdos, right? And do you really want to bring that into your marriage? And that's something you got to really discuss. Now, there's some gals that can handle it very well. Like I think Elena can handle it pretty well,
But Elena kind of does it on her own with the support in that organization that's different. She's produced, and it's a little different than what you're seeing with some of these others.
I'm saying if she were to do that stuff with her spouse, right?
Yeah.
But overall, that's something that you got to look at your wife and look at her personality and look at who she is. Yeah, and be like, is she a tough gal? You have to explain to her like, hey, there's gonna be weirdos on the internet. They're gonna over sexualize you. They're gonna say weird things. Those are weirdos. Those are bot accounts. And then the other half's gonna call you ugly. Like, just know that as long as you can handle that, then game on, right?
I don't think you can underestimate what the wisdom in what Nuke just said, because your job, if you have that good relationship and you want to move it in this direction because she's interested, because there's attention there and she's going to want some attention, and you want some attention, and maybe there's some money you think you can get. Your job, your mission is to protect and secure and to create that empire for her to be fulfilled as a woman in your relationship if you want it to be successful. And you have just introduced a lot of strife and a lot of interruptions in there, whether you wanted to or not.
It's not good. It's just not a good idea. It's stupid. Yeah. Don't do it.
And the thing is, like, not every audience is the same. Like, she started like doing book reviews on stuff. Maybe the audience there would be cool. Maybe she started building Legos or whatever. Whatever. Right. She would probably have good audience members. But if she starts talking about certain things, like let's say crypto, there's a lot of weird people in crypto. So
right.
You're gonna attract weirdos, and that's just, you're gonna have to explain that to her.
Yeah, one of my gals started pestering me, asking me why I don't upload pictures of her and I together on my Instagram.
Oh, there you go. Here we go.
Yeah.
And I said, "Do you really want to know?" And she said, "Yes. Why? Like, are you seeing other women?"
I
opened up my.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me finish. I opened up my Instagram. I went to my DMs and I showed them to her. I showed her all the death threats.
You get death threats?
Yes.
Wow. You get death threats? Wow.
I don't get death threats. People hate me.
It's probably Mike Steele pissed off Shoe on Head and Armored Skeptic, who are a married couple that do the same type of influence, but they have separate accounts, which I think actually works out well for
What did you do?
Skeptic.
Yeah, what did you do?
Nothing. I showed her the death threats, and I said, "Do you want these?" She said no, and I'm like, "That's why."
When I first started dating Nurse Chick, she sent me a Facebook friend request, and I declined it. And then I just sent her a message. I said, "Let's work up to that."
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then after that, she was like, "Wait, what the fuck is this guy all about?" Like it just created more mystery for her. She wanted to.
Most men would capitulate, Paul. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's be Facebook friends. No.
Yeah. And it's not like you want to be controlling. It's just you want to protect her from the internet. Because the internet, like, if you see on a long enough timeline, like, these women, their secrets get exposed, right? And you may know something about her past that you just kind of, okay, it's not that bad for me, but the internet may not think so. So, whether it be anything from her, maybe she's already a single mom, but you don't care because you're a single dad, like they're all gonna be weird red pill spurgs are gonna be like, wow, you married a single mom, what a and it's like, it's not bad, and you don't want those fans anyway, but you gotta, she's gonna see it.
I think that sort of thing is only bad if you, let's say, I don't know, married a single mom and then you wrote a book where like you have a whole chapter about why single moms is a bad idea. If something like that came out, that would be bad. You know what I mean? I've never once said anything.
I swear, for some reason, I think I know somebody that did that. Like, I just can't get the name.
Oh, did somebody do that? I don't know.
Oh,
I hear things, but
and you got to explain to her too, like, no matter who you are, if I make this content, they're gonna look at you and they're gonna put a lot on you, right? They're gonna call you out by name. They're gonna be like, whoa, she had sex with a guy before you, she wasn't a virgin. Wow, these red pill guys, they talk about virgins so much and they marry these used up whores. I'm like, no, she's my wife. She's not a used up whore.
It's so funny that these red pill guys too, because I never talk. I tell guys when I'm like, you expecting me to virgin these days? Where are you fucking meeting these women at? The convent? Like,
are you picking them up at kindergarten?
Those church girls are freaky too. Ask Glenn.
Yeah, they are.
That's me.
God bless them.
Yeah.
God bless them. Yeah.
I mean, they invented something called soaking.
There's a reason why if I do post pictures of Nurse Chick and I put the heart eye emoji over her face and stuff like that. I want to keep her anonymous. You know, it's nobody else's business, and she doesn't really want to be out there either. She's writing a book right now, guys. And she's going to write it under the pseudonym of Nurse Chick. Because Clarey told me, he goes, "Oh, you got to get her to write a book."
I remember that conversation. Yeah.
When did he plant a seed?
Oh, this was when I went up there for Sturgis. He's like, she does all this for you? That's just not a bit. She does all this shit. I was like, yeah. And he goes, you got to get her to write a book. She's got to write a book. Tell her that I told her, and I'm like, all right, all right.
Like your Cappy impression.
That leads me to ask you this question, Paul, because
Yeah.
I was on Glenn's Valentine's Day live stream, horror story live stream, and somebody by the name of Nurse Chick was in the comments section.
Yeah,
she was saying some very, very good things about you.
Imposter.
I'm like, was that Paul really as Nurse Chick?
Yes.
That was on the
Paul's well hung. He has like a giant. That's what I heard.
Nurse Chick was saying this stuff in the comments section.
When you guys were streaming on
He tried to act like he wasn't. He tried to act like he wasn't there.
Yeah, plausible deniability.
He's like, I was busy getting laid.
Yeah, I was.
Or it was the day after Valentine's
sex
Day
with Nurse Chick. So like, if she was in the comments on there, like
it was the day before.
Oh, the day before.
Oh no, it was the day after. It was the day after.
Okay, yeah, that was probably.
Make up your mind. Which day was it?
She was in a wheelchair after Paul's Valentine's Day plan. So
obviously she wasn't in the wheelchair because she was chatting.
This was on this on Thursday then. Yeah, because Thursday she went back home. She goes home on Thursdays.
Yeah, she needed a break, dude. You Paul, take it easy, bro.
But yeah, it's like we're sitting there in the chat, and I'm like, she is saying some way too awfully nice stuff about Paul. Paul, is that you?
I mean, that's what you want. That's what you want. I think. And the thing is too, is just you want your relationship should be your peace. You shouldn't have to like your girl come home and her say, "Hey, this guy said this on the internet." We're home. We're like, this is us time. Like, I don't care about what a red pill anime character 6969 said about you. Like, we're here now. Focus.
6969420.
First name, bunch of numbers.
Just shut up and give the blowjob. Just
yeah.
And then cook me a steak.
Yes. And then go get slap her on the ass. Now get back in that kitchen.
Quiet. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Looks like we got a couple more super chats from P-Dubs and Rusty Fuel. Yeah, Mike, you would.
All right. Bring it up on screen here. Or I can do it either way.
You do it.
Okay. I got the sound drop. You get the.
Okay. Great work, guys. Hope you're feeling better there, Thor.
Is that who I think it is?
Yeah, was this supposed to be more cowbell? Christopher Walken?
Christopher,
I gotta
come on down. Get yourself a walk-in closet. I'm Christopher Walken. Pow.
And you walk in to the closet. I gotta go around. It pissed me off.
We have a wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Sorry, this is our entertainment in the military.
It's totally cool. I love it all, guys.
We got this one here, $4.99 from Rusty Fuel. This is a good business idea, so there's only one businessman that can read this chat out loud. Women would love a cheating and divorce channel. It would get millions of viewers, all the viewers, all of them, more viewers than anyone else.
100%.
You are fake news.
Fake news. Throw him out. I'm the best. As nothing to do. Can't stop me.
I just want another hilarious presidency. I want another hilarious, absolutely based presidency.
I just want
it's going.
I want my IRA to be performing at fucking 25% interest.
Oh shit, me too.
That was pretty nice.
I got lucky. I got 14% last year.
We need the sound drop, AJ. We need it now.
There's your sound drop. Perfect, Mike. That was perfect.
What's with the
You're gonna be huge.
I'm already huge.
That's what she said.
That is what she said because your wife was with me last night. She wasn't with you. She was with me.
Let me ask. Let's get back on topic here. Have any of you guys known anyone that's not doing content creation that just has like the joint husband wife Facebook account? I know two people like that.
I saw a few back when I was on Facebook before I deleted it back in the early 2000s.
We should get a Facebook account again so you can do the Facebook game, man.
Dude,
I'll do the.
I like the Facebook game.
I'm sorry. I just the IT guy in me. Ever since Cambridge Analytica, I was just like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah, I do got some cool things with grandkids on there though. That's the only thing.
But yeah, I've got a cousin, and he and his wife have a joint account. It's hilarious. And then
hilariously bad.
Hilariously bad. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like and you can tell who's posting because they'll add like their initials at the end. You know, it's almost always her though. And then occasionally my cousin might post something, but it's
what's the most cringe thing that account has posted?
Oh God. I can't even get into it.
Every day it's cringe.
They're also cringe. They're super they're super Christian. So this post some of the craziest shit. But
so if they have a joint Facebook and they're super Christian, how much you want to bet they have the one joint bank account?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Oh yeah. No, they do. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah.
They have to.
Yeah.
I knew a guy on the boat, actually 2 guys on the boat. They're actually father and son-in-law. They both had joint accounts with their wives.
Runs in the family.
Did you say
a former coworker
had a joint account with the wife's or with the son's wife?
No. So the father-in-law was the 3MC on the boat. He done like he did his initial enlistment tour on the Jackson. Then he did his Chiefs tour without going to shore duty on the Jackson. Then he went to SwiftPack because he was a missile technician to do some stuff there. And then he came back to the boat as the 3MC. His daughter, because he'd been in that area the whole entire time, married her high school sweetheart, who then enlisted in the Navy as a logistics specialist and got assigned to the same ship.
Wow. Yeah, for a moment there, I kind of had this interesting thing like, geez, the dad has a joint account with her, the son has a joint account with her. I guess it's all the family.
But both of them had joint accounts with their wives.
Okay.
I had another coworker that I met working in IT who he and his wife had a joint Facebook account too, and it was just like, bro, come on.
Yeah.
It really makes me wonder if the guys literally walk around with their balls in their wife's purse, or it makes you wonder who cheated. You know?
Well, I saw.
Do you really have to wonder? Do you really have to wonder?
Guilty until proven innocent. Here's a question though: which is more cringe, the joint married couple Facebook account, or the married couple that creates a Facebook account for their dog?
Ooh,
I see a lot of that because I'm in Shiba Inu groups,
like dogs
and all that.
And Nuke has an account for his dog, so
yeah, I do.
I thought about opening up a TikTok.
I actually do
when I had a roommate.
I didn't know you had a Shiba. Okay, cool.
Yeah, let me go get him for a sec. I'll be right back.
Oh, please do.
I got a 4-pound war dog named Wilbur.
Nice.
I wish sometimes my dog's 4 pounds, but she's 70.
Yeah, I had a 109 Mastiff for many years. He wasn't the sharpest dog in the box.
I got my diabetic dog back here. She's
diabetic.
Oh shit! You got to do insulin every day?
Twice a day, every day. Yeah,
good for you, man. You're a good man.
Hey,
there we go.
Gee,
Duke, we gotta set up a photo shoot for Coda and your little Shiba.
That's nice.
He can't hear me.
Doggo.
That's right. Yeah, he doesn't have his headphones on, so he can't even hear me.
Invest in SHIB, guys.
Good
Invest
Lord.
in SHIB. Just kidding.
Damn it! I gotta get it. I gotta get another dog. I gotta get another dog now.
This is an ad now for start investing in Chewy, Petco, and PetSmart, guys, because of the she economy coming up in 2030.
You know, I thought about that, like getting a dog and then doing the IG just for the dog, just to monetize it.
You could,
dude, do it. Like Offie Kingdom.
Easy. It's easy likes.
All about it.
It's easy likes, dude. And also,
everybody loves dogs, men, women, everybody.
If you run dog game, you could always say, "Hey, follow me, follow my dog on IG," and 10 times out of 10, they'll always follow my dog. So
I should do like the little custom collar.
If I put a video of the dog, because the little dog I have that's 4 pounds can catch his own frisbee and he knows all the names of his toys. Just do a video of it. Say, go get that, and he gets it and brings it. Shit, it can get tons of views. You know,
easy engagement. Yeah, and it adds to your brand. Having a dog will always add to your brand, no matter what brand you have. Having a girlfriend doesn't. So Joint account with your dog is better.
Dogs are pretty loyal too. Let me just tell you something.
Yeah. Paul, why don't you put that in your dating course? Have the dog. He's the dog.
I have it in as one of the profile picture options. I said you want to have a picture that gives the awe factor.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, something cute, fuzzy with big eyes.
Yeah, so
I actually
like a picture of
Offie.
you and your dog is better than you and a fucking fish.
A dead
You know
fish.
what I mean?
That's where you save the dead fish pictures or the dead animal pictures for your joint Facebook account, guys.
But yeah, also I saw joint can be used loosely because there's guys that let women give women the password to their accounts, which is almost like a joint account.
Ooh.
So
that's right there.
That's a no-go. That's a no-go. What you're saying is like, like you're automatically saying that you're like, here, you can control my life. Like, who's running this shit?
Yeah. And the number one thing that this does is kill attraction for the girl's gonna be like, this guy has no women. He's not trying to hide women from me. Like, there's something in the back of a woman's brain that just like, hey, I want to not know. I want to kind of like let my hamster run and think, oh, this guy has other women.
Now you messed it up. Yep.
Yeah, you're destroying one of the avenues by which she'll become aroused by you. And
that's taking the whole wheel away. Now it's just a hamster just chilling.
That goes back to the whole Matt Walsh thing, saying, "I'm never gonna leave her." It's like,
same thing.
He doesn't realize the damage that stating that will do.
Yeah, like giving her that sense of security.
Walsh.
So when you give her that sense of security, like you ruin any mystery.
Yeah, and you
just gave her your whole life story, and you just told her like, hey, yeah, I'm not that important, so like nobody wants to talk to me.
And why would you do that? It's one of the most beautiful gifts you can give them because they get to create the story.
Exactly. And you know what? Some of these broads got a beautiful mind and they'll make up some crazy ass shit.
Oh yeah, they will. Or like my favorite one is like when they do the dream and they dream that you cheated on them, so then they wake you up to go through your phone while you're asleep. Or like just barely awake. I've seen that happen.
I'm mad at you.
Just get up and
cheated on me in my sleep.
You needed.
Like,
They're happy.
Well, was she hot? Was she hot?
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you imagining me doing to her? Okay, well, let's do it.
You guys get it.
My turn now.
I love this group.
However, you shouldn't be following a whole bunch of models. Yeah, you shouldn't be following a whole bunch of models on Instagram either.
Now, what if the model follows you?
Ooh, yeah, you can't help who follows you, bro.
It's a time waste, guys. I think Nuke's onto it. It's a giant time sink. If you're not banging, don't do it.
Yeah,
unless she's your friend. Yeah, if she's your friend, or like if you saw her on the street and you wave and she say, "Hey, what's up?" Then of course.
Yeah, unless you personally know them or you've worked with them, like I know a lot of models. There's a lot of models on my page.
Yeah,
like I know them personally though. Like but other than that, no.
Yeah, but one of the reasons a joint account would suck too is because she would ask you about every single girl in your followers. Who is this? And it becomes like a whole new thing. So if you're
headache,
and then you'll find yourself deering and shit, which is also unattractive.
Well, you'll do the
it's like they don't even have to be. You don't have to have a joint account.
Yeah.
They'll just go through your followers and start looking at your shit.
And then she'll be like, you need to get rid of them. But when you be like, look through hers and be like, why is this guy following? If I got
why is Laurence? Why is Laurence in here?
He's just a friend.
Why is Archie Thor in here?
If Nurse Chick went through all my followers and was like, "Who's this chick? Who's this chick?" I'd be like,
"I don't know."
I wouldn't even say that. I'd be like,
"Just lead into it."
Can you blame him for following me?
She's my Sunday girl. She's my Sunday girl.
Yeah, look at all.
A little bit of cocky.
Like, where do you think I get the inspiration for my awesome memes from? Okay.
Hey guys, I gotta go.
Book. All right.
Yeah, let's wrap up. AJ, what do you think? We'll start with Nuke. He's gotta go.
Go with Nuke.
Guys, it's nice to have Thor back. Thor, you look great. Glad to have you back, guys. Donate to Thor and Missy so we can get them. We can get Missy some care. don't have a joint account. Pretty simple. You know,
Yeah.
there's nothing good from it. Your girl will love you anyway. You don't need to provide all this comfort. You know, you need to be a man and kind of give her that anxiety that, hey, you may be talking to other girls, you may not, but she's here with you. That's all that matters. So you guys can follow me on my channel and on Patreon. And thanks.
Thank you, Nuke. Let's go with Mike Steele. What do you got going on, my friend?
Just remodeling the bathroom right now. That's why I missed your text earlier, Paul. But no, I'm just living it up here in Vegas. Glenn, I miss you, bro.
I know.
I miss you, man.
Thor, I miss you too.
Thor, I'm glad you're all better. And actually, I want to shout out, guys. We need to give a shout out to Paul here. Paul put an X post out that hit 7.7 million impressions. Let's get a war horn for Paul.
We gotta see it.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll bring it up here. It's still.
So, Paul, you
got
got a picture of my dick, huh? Didn't you? Is that what you did?
That was the other one. It only got 2 million. But yeah. God damn, where is this one? It's people are just arguing in the comments.
So you did Glenn's dick and it got community.
Yeah,
I got 2 million. I'm good with that.
You got community corrected.
Let's see here.
This is far too large.
It's this one here. Yeah, this one. It was just a meme. It just says like, you know, how accurate is this?
Oh my God, they are going nuts over it.
7.9 million views, and people are like, they're calling me a pedo and all this stuff. I'm like, it says women who get upset at men for dating younger women. That means
not younger
grown-ass adults that can think for themselves, or can't they? I think these guys that are getting upset are saying women can't think for themselves. Women have no agency.
Oh, that's implied. That's pretty good. Yeah.
So yeah, that one's doing pretty good.
You're gonna hit 8 million, job, dude. You're gonna hit 8 million. So congratulations, Paul. That's all I got to say today.
Man. Yeah. What? Oh, I think this is the layout AJ wanted us on.
Yeah, but I'm done. That's all I had to say. I got nothing big coming up unless I start a dog Instagram now to make money and sell dog food.
There you go. The dog OnlyFans.
I'm gonna pull up Glenn. Glenn, what do you got going on, my friend?
Oh, I'm just gonna piss off some people like I normally do.
Tradcons, yeah.
I'm gonna piss off everybody this time. Like everybody's gonna get it. Nobody's safe. You know, like I'm just, you know, I got some content coming out. Stay tuned for that. I'll be up at Thor's Casa tomorrow, so we might do some impromptu something on Sunday. Who knows?
Yes.
I think we should shoot some skits, Thor, like of you just like being brainless. You know, like
you direct.
Like a
I will.
I'm on drugs, so it's kind of like a puppet.
Yeah, I know. It's fun. It's great. I'm like, hey, let's do this. Lick the light socket.
Make Thor a reverse version of Fetterman, because like that guy's like ultra woke, ultra liberal, and now he's like fucking super conservative.
Yeah.
Wait, when did that happen? Sorry to derail, but wait, Fetterman went conservative?
Yeah, he's like, we need to build the border wall and all this stuff. Like,
well, he's just like smart.
Super.
He's just flopping. He's pivoting. He sees it. He's pivoting.
But other than that, I ain't got nothing going on. Just, you know, I'll have some reactions to some videos with Elena and her husband Plutarch. So stay tuned for that. We do our reactions on Saturday, and then we throw them out throughout the week. And then let's see. Oh, me and Nick from Christianity Unplugged, we're gonna do a stream on why there's no marriageable women and it's biblical. Actually, Aaron Clarey's numbers are wrong. Actually, you know, Aaron Clarey says like there's 2-point-something % women that are marriageable. Well, according to King Solomon in Ecclesiastes, he said there's a righteous man every 1 out of 1,000 men, and he said there's no righteous women whatsoever. He's never met one. So according to King Solomon, there is no women marriageable. So there we go.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Gotcha. Come on, man. Podcast, you're up. What's going on, man?
Guys, get an autographed copy of my book. All right, I have limited quantities of these available. They're the same price as Amazon, but you also get an autograph because that's worth something. That and $5 will get you a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Tune into the podcast Monday. I will be live Monday. I've moved my usual pre-recorded episode to Friday because I'm going to travel. I'm going out of town Friday, so that my guest Friday is Davrick from Black Ice Reality Check. So that was good. And then guys, also support Thor and Missy. I've been dropping it in the chat this whole time. Please consider helping Thor help his wife out, and offset some of those medical costs. So
guys, greatly appreciated. Let me just go quickly and say a couple of things. A lot of folks ordered the signed copies. They're back in. They'll all go out this week. So same thing, if you go to Become Durable, if you want a copy of A Dominant Masculine Presence, you can do that. They're in, and that's something that I can have done. So if you're a little late, sorry about that. There was a slight scratch I had to deal with, and now that it's taken care of, hopefully we'll get better. Let me answer Donovan's question. Donovan Sharp, yes, we do not know whether it's benign or malignant. The pathology is not back yet. When it is, we'll know. We do know one thing, and the one thing is that we'll have to do a radiation helmet, possibly chemo, but that's enough for now. And I can actually see a little bit better, so things are somewhat on the mend, just a little bit tired. But I look forward to doing content with each one of these guys. Here's the thing with the DragonShip and this brotherhood, and it extends far beyond just this. A rising tide lifts all ships, and we are that rising tide, every man here. And it was so touching to me to see how many people were interested in this and interested in what these truths bring to their own lives. And a lot of folks have put some of that on me, I think maybe unjustly, as broadcasting it, but it is for everybody. And the men that sit here on the DragonShip support each one, subscribe to their stuff. This is something that would help every man in perpetuity. So keep that an open mind when you're listening to this red pill stuff. There's a lot of flack here. Why? Because we're over the target. We're over the target that's been hammering us for years with false information when it comes to intersexual dynamics. And you can live an extremely fulfilled life once you understand how those things work. These men are living examples of it. That's it for me. Hope to see you all very soon.
AJ.
I'm trying to figure out the screen selection here.
There we go.
I'll go right here.
How's that?
Yeah. So thank you again, guys, for joining me today. Paul, thank you for all your help on getting this set up. You guys know where to find me. It's Arm Details on YouTube, AJMK6R20 on Instagram, and AR Matthews 33 on X. Motorcycle video will be coming soon. I've just been having some issues with the car. I actually just shipped a clutch back to Georgia to get warrantied. I'll be on live stream tomorrow night. I got to come up with a topic for that. But also, Wednesday night, we are doing the next session of the Advanced D&D with Rolo as the Rational DM on Vince's channel, The Masculine Geek. Tune in for that one. It's going to be a little fun. And with that, I think we can talk about it. We are planning on doing a in-person live stream in Vegas at the end of June with all those guys on the Masculine Geek channel for the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons. With that, Thor, do you have any last things? And please donate to Thor. You're muted, Thor. You're muted.
Great topic today. What awesome information. Excellent job, AJ. Look forward to seeing who's next.
You want me to play an ad or what?
Yeah, let's play out the ad for Thor and Missy, and then we'll kill it after that. Sound good?
Yeah. Let me find it right here. Showing the ad.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Glenn Laurence, and I got some unfortunate news to share. Our good friend RP Thor is currently in the hospital with the brain tumor, and it looks like they're going to be needing to do surgery soon. Now, normally I wouldn't worry, because Thor is like what? The God amongst men. What's going to stop him? If thousands of volts of electricity couldn't take him out, I highly doubt a little whatever in his noggin is going to stop him. but it definitely will slow him down. And see, that's where the problem is. See, Thor's wife, Missy, she was involved in a horrible accident that left her in need of care around the clock. And that's what Thor's been doing, besides working and podcasting and coaching you guys. Yeah, pretty crazy. But now with him going under the knife and him gonna need time to recover, his biggest worry is not that he's gonna make it through. His biggest worry is, I need someone to take care of Missy. I need her to make sure that she has help. And that's where you come in. Donate at the link behind me, and you could help us fund Missy's in-home care provider during the time that Thor is recovering. So please, let's band together as men, as brothers, and let's go help a brother in need. Help him like he's helped you.
I'm RP Thor, and welcome to the Dragon Ship.